Today we'll be taking a look at the replacement air compressor for the Roadmaster BrakeMaster with breakaway for motorhomes. This is going to be the tank and compressor all in one unit for your Roadmaster BrakeMaster. This is going to be for RVs that have hydraulic brakes, so you need that air tank to supply the air to actually make the BrakeMaster work and apply that braking force to the brakes in your towed vehicle so you can slow down properly. The compressor and the air tank come all assembled in this metal sheath here. You can kind of see on the inside this big black portion. That's going to be the tank, the little guy next to it. That cylinder is going to be our compressor. The wiring and connections are already made. We'll have our relay on the one side to make sure that everything is working properly and that we don't have any overloads to our system. On this end, we'll have this fitting, which is going to be our drain. It has a little handle there, so you can open that up to drain out the tank every so often. But you want to make sure that that's closed normally so that the compressor doesn't run all the time and damage it from running too much. It also comes with a 6-inch length of tube to go over that barbed fitting. That's just going to help that water to drain away whatever direction you need it to go with your application. And then it does also come with a hose clamp to go over that to make sure that it stays in place. We also get some replacement hardware. These are going to be some big self-tapping screws to get our assembly mounted up. So this should just mount right in the same place that you had your previous tank assembly mounted, and you'll just need to remake all those connections. So if your wiring is working fine, everything else is working fine, you just need that new compressor and or the new tank. This is just going to be an all-in-one assembly. Plug it in, make all the connections, and you're good to go. On this back portion, or the top portion, this will be our compressor fitting. So you want to make sure that you grab the brass fittings out of your old system. This does have the little compressor end fitting and the little sort of sphere inside the ferrule, if I'm saying that correctly. So that's what's actually going to be the flaring portion on the inside there. That's what we'll have, that little guy to flare out the end. So you want to, again, grab that brass fitting off of your original kit to place in there, because if you don't have that little brass portion, that little rod that goes in, it's not going to snug down correctly and you won't get a tight, airtight fit. On this side, we'll have all our wiring connections to make to connect it to the rest of our system. So it does come with instructions on how to make those connections there, but that's where all those connections will be made. This is going to work for the Roadmaster BrakeMaster kit RM-8315. Just for reference, I'll give you some measurements. It's about 10 inches wide at the bracket itself. Our mounting flanges stick out a little further, so that's about 12¼ inches wide. And then it's about 10½ inches tall and about 8 inches deep. So it should get you back out on the road and towing your vehicle properly. And that's going to do it for our look at the replacement air compressor for the Roadmaster BrakeMaster with breakaway for motorhomes.